guys, it's Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday, September 25th, 2025, and I am coming on here with another yarn yakking video for September. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. I like to crochet. I like yarn a lot. You'll actually see that in this video. And I make stitch markers along with other handmade items. You can find those in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below. So if you could favorite the shop and favorite a few items, it really does help me out a whole lot, and I do appreciate it. So yarn yakking videos are basically me talking about if I have any happy mail, which I don't, which is fine. I do have happy mail for the generous crafters, but that is going to be in a separate video yet again sometime this coming weekend. It is also about if I've been yarn shopping, and my order from Mary Maxim finally arrived. It actually arrived last Saturday when it was pouring rain outside. So thank heavens Mary Maxim puts their items in a plastic bag in the box. So way to go, Mary Maxim. And if I have any finished objects, and I will insert some clips of some finished objects at the end of all my yarn yakking here. I normally do not talk about whips. Whips are works in progress. And that is because I really don't want to be held accountable if I show you guys something that I'm working on and then I decide not to finish it, which is very, very rare. Usually I will do something at least once, and if I like it, I'll do it a million more times, but if I don't enjoy it, I will never do it again. So there's usually not many whips languishing around. All right, so let's do some admin stuff before we get into the podcast. There is a Facebook group for this YouTube podcast. It is everything I talk about. The links are down below. You do have to answer 3 questions to join. I promise they are very easy. There is also an Instagram for myself. It is at Roselikescrochet, and feel free to tag me in any giveaways that you find over there if they ask you to tag a friend. And that is connected to a Facebook business page, which is where the stuff from Instagram goes. If you're on Facebook, you can go and follow me there also. And then of course the Etsy shop. And the only other thing is there is a spring shop link down below where you can get Rose Likes Crochet merchandise. And we're going to talk a little bit about some merchandise, a purchase that I made, and how a company actually made good, I think. So we'll talk about that. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about before we get into all of that is I am doing a contest for the entire year for random acts of crochet kindness. Now, what that is it really can be whatever you want it to be, but a random act of crochet kindness is a little something or a big something if you want that you leave in random places where you are with a little note on it, perhaps saying, I'm not lost, I'm free, take me home if you want to. And the purpose of random acts of crochet kindness, at least for me, is to maybe put a smile on someone's face. There is a Facebook group for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. It's linked down below, but I am not affiliated. I am just a member because I like to, they have a lot of files in there and they have a lot of patterns in there. So I encourage you to go check it out if you are on Facebook. So my contest is every month I pick a random item from a bag, so I never really know what it is. And your job, if you would like to participate in my contest, is to make said item, as many or as little as you want, take a picture of the item or items, and email me with how many you made and where you left them. And at the end of every month, I will pick a winner, a random name generator will pick a winner, and you will just win a little ball of yarn, a stitch marker, and some stickers. So random acts of crochet kindness are supposed to be smaller items that you can kind of like maybe leave on a shelf somewhere or on a park bench or whatever. So for the month of September, someone remind me next year if we do this again not to put smiley ball in there. So the item of the month for September, and you still have some time, there's probably about 5 or 6 people that have sent emails with their smiley balls. So this is the item for September. Now I will tell you that I can easily make a ball with blanket yarn, but I do not like making amigurumi or little things. This would be considered amigurumi. with worsted weight yarn and really tiny hooks. It does not work for me at all. So I honestly have not made any smiley balls for the month of September. Now, the cool thing about this contest is that you can participate if you want, or you don't have to if you don't want to. So you can also make other items if you want and leave them as random acts of crochet kindness. You don't have to make a smiley ball, but my contest will be for the smiley balls. So if you have any questions about random acts of crochet kindness, please leave a comment down below, or you can send me an email. And the emails for the smiley balls will need to be in by the end of the month. Okay, so like I said, we do have a few smiley ball pictures that have been submitted. So way to go. Now, the other thing that I am going to talk about, which is going to be a separate video, is something called the Generous Crafters. So this year I have decided to support a local charity for me called the Generous Crafters, and I have asked you guys to come along for the ride. And we are almost at the end of September, and we are only going to be doing this through the month of October. So what happened is they agreed to let me put out a list for the year of items that they would like to have donated to them, handmade items. They did not have a quantity limit on anything, and we are ending this at the end of October. So I highly encourage you to take a look at the list down below. If there's anything on the list that you would like to send, please make sure that you do so before the end of October. The item of the month for September was winter wear, so hats, scarves, they didn't have to be sets, cowls, mittens, gloves, ear warmers, anything to keep someone warm in the cold weather. So the video you will see either this coming Saturday or Sunday will be the donations that I have received for the Generous Crafters. And I think a lot of those are still September items. Now for October, the item of the month is a blanket. And the blanket cannot be like a preemie or a baby blanket. It has to be like, say, a toddler size, age 2 and up. So something big enough for a toddler. Now, the things that we are collecting through the end of October that do not include the blankets and the hats and scarves are 6-inch granny squares. So if you do not enjoy making blankets, but you have some scrap yarn and you want to make some 6-inch granny squares, you can make those and you can send them, and they will put them together and make them into blankets and scarves. And I believe in the last Yarn Yakking video, I did show you guys a blanket that my friends Paula, Philip, and Carolyn put together. I was not a part of that because some of the squares were from cat homes. We'll talk about that in the next video. The other item is I have granny squares on my mind. The other item you can send in through the end of October is something called a prayer square. So this one is knit, this one is crochet, and this one is sewn. These are 3x4, and this is a 3x3. And the blog for the Generous Crafters is linked down below in the description box if you want to go and check it out. You can make the crocheted one without the bobbles. And when they print out the prayer, they will make it non-denominational. So these we are collecting until the end of October. So anytime till the end of October for now is going to be the prayer squares, the 6-inch granny squares, blankets, obviously. And I am going to request that since we are nearing the end of September, if you had not sent in your hats, there is a fabulous channel here on YouTube named KK Crochet. I will link her down below in the description box. She is supporting an organization called Bumblebee Mountain Outreach, and they are looking for a lot of hats. So if I may encourage you, at the end of September, when I am done collecting winter wear, if you do have any hats in your stash that you just couldn't make it out to the post office or whatever, or you are making hats, if I could please ask you to send those to KK and Kristen over there. they are amazing, and they have a really, really big goal for hats this year. So I'm gonna not explain BMO, which is Bumblebee Mountain Outreach, to you. I'm gonna let you go over to their channel and check it out. But I will request that if you do have any hats from now, I think they're collecting them through November, if you could please send them over there to KK and Kristen. And you could just tell them that Rose sent you. And I believe there is a box that should be heading over to KK and Kristen from my friend Paula and me. That should be going over there pretty soon. So, all right, that is it for Random Acts of Crochet Kindness and the Generous Crafters. If you have any questions about the Generous Crafters, please leave a comment down below or send me an email. But I do have like 10 donations, and I'm going to record that after I'm done recording this, and then you will see that over the weekend. Okay, so I did have a craft fair last weekend that I wanted to talk to you about. Don't worry, this will take about 2 minutes because it was really bad. So I have done this craft fair before, like literally 2 years in a row, and it's always been pretty darn good for me. There was a new organizer this year, and I don't know what happened. The weather was just fine until about 4 o'clock, and I barely sold anything. So I'm going to tell you what I sold. And also I do keep track. So I write down like the name of the festival, how much it cost me to do, the date, and whether or not I would do it again the following year. So unfortunately for this one, I did put on here that I would not do this festival again. Here's what I sold. Are you ready? 2 stingrays, 3 cats, 1 bee, 1 octo, 2 chickens, and 2 chapstick holders. And that, my friend, is a wrap. So if you have been watching me for a while, you have heard me talk about what I've been selling at craft fairs, and this is really, it was really a waste of my time to go there, but it's okay because I say not every craft fair is going to be the same. It's not all going to be successful. I was just really surprised because I have done this one 2 years in a row and it's always been really good. So it's okay. It's no problem. I just won't be doing that again. And I have some time to make more merchandise because my next craft fair isn't until October something. It's my last outdoor craft fair. And then the high school craft fairs start, and then I'll be crazy busy. Okay, so that's it for the craft fair. Not exciting, but it's okay. I wanna make sure I also encourage you guys, if you have not done a craft fair and you decide to try one and you go and it's not successful, don't make that like the decision, like let that be the decision that you make not to do it again. I've done this one 2 years in a row and it's always been great for me. And this year it was not, so I won't go back. If it was the first year I was doing it, maybe I would be like, I don't know, maybe I'll go back and try it again, but I'm not gonna go and do that one again. So let's get into some shopping. My good friend Paula, hi Paula. So I have some local friends, you guys, Paula, Philip, and Carolyn. They are really, really stepping up to the plate with putting together blankets for the Generous Crafters. But Paula was at Walmart and she found some items on clearance and she texted to see if anyone wanted them. And I said, sure, I'll take one of whatever. And then she found something else and she got it, even though she didn't ask me. But it's okay. I don't know how much she paid for these, you guys. And they're really, really adorable. There you go. So it's Barney and his friend, and I don't remember what the friend's name is. I think she said this was like $6 or $5. I don't remember, and I don't remember what she said this one was. So I will be buying her dinner or lunch to make up for this, and I will be turning these guys into loveys. I'm pretty excited actually because they do have soft faces, and I like that for the little babies that like to grab the loveys. Then that way they don't have to worry about safety eyes. So thank you, Paula, for purchasing these for me. I owe you lunch, and these will eventually get turned into a lovey. Now, if you're new here and you're not sure what a lovey is, I do sell those in my Etsy shop, and the tutorial that I use is from Zelda NRJ3. It is always linked down below in my description box. The cool thing is, now Z and I are pretty good friends. When she made her second tutorial, She asked me if she could use a photograph of mine, and I think it's still the beginning photograph of her second lovey tutorial. It's not the one linked down below. I'll just link her channel and you guys can go check it out. But she asked me if she could use one of my photographs of all the loveys that I was making at the time. And I said yes. So I think that my photograph is the beginning intro of her video. I could be wrong. She might have deleted it. I don't know, but hi Z. Okay, so that's all for that shopping that I didn't have to do. And then this is the item that I want to show you that I ordered from a company that is a very reputable company. And I was really disappointed with my order. So I like to order items from a company called Vistaprint. And I am not affiliated, so I'm not linking anything down below. I don't get anything for mentioning them, but I just want to make people aware. So I ordered something called a double-sided flag. Okay, so keep that in mind. I ordered a flag. Now, it is to my best understanding that when you order a flag, you have to be able to attach it to a flagpole somehow, right? Okay, so on the website, when you order this flag, you can either select with grommets or without grommets. So I just figured it's a flag. They're going to have a sleeve on it. I can just stick a pole in it. I don't really need to have grommets. So I ordered this flag without the grommets, thinking it's a flag. I mean, are you guys smelling what I'm cooking here? It was not a cheap flag. So I got the flag 2 days ago. It came via UPS or whatever. Now I'm going to show you the flag. It's a double-sided flag. Okay, so this is going to be for when I am doing outdoor events. I am going to put this on a flagpole. Well, I thought I was going to put this on a flagpole and attach it to my tent. And then that would be a way to get people to come over to my tent. This is the flag, quote unquote, the flag. Okay, so it looks pretty good, right? It's my logo that I use on everything. It's double-sided. No grommets, right? Because I figured there's going to be a sleeve to put a flagpole because it's a flag. I was so frustrated. You guys, they seam, the entire thing is seamed. There's no holes to enter, to put a pole, nothing. There's absolutely nothing here that I can do to enter, to put a pole in here because it's a flag. So, I mean, I'm not as frustrated now as I was when I opened it up. So of course I called them. Their customer service was phenomenal. I highly, highly recommend this company, Vistaprint. And like I said, I'm not affiliated. I called and spoke with someone in customer service and said, I'm not quite sure I understand how this is a flag if I cannot attach it to a pole or insert a pole. And they did say, well, you could order it with or without grommets. And I said, well, it's a flag. So if I didn't order grommets, I'm not sure how else I would hang it from a flagpole. Anyway, they were amazing. Customer service was phenomenal at Vistaprint. They actually said, we are going to remake your order for free with the grommets and send you a new item. So I just want to let you know that it's not going to be here in time for my very last craft fair for outdoors, but it will be available for next year. So I have this two-sided, whatever you want to call it, but it's not a flag. And I know that I could put grommets in it myself, but that is not the point. The point is they sold it as a flag, and I told them they need to check their website and maybe not even offer it without grommets, because it doesn't make sense to have something like this and call it a flag if there is no way to hang it. Okay, So I don't know what I'll do with this. Maybe I'll hang it in my bathroom. I don't know. So they did not want it back. I did offer to send it back to them and they didn't want it back. So I have whatever that is. I have a banner, a two-sided banner that I can't use. So anyway, I highly recommend Vistaprint. They were super duper helpful. I get my business cards from them. I got a t-shirt from them. I've gotten all kinds of good stuff. My banner is from them with my big, huge banner that I attached to my table. They are an amazing company and their customer service was great. Okay, so I'm done complaining about that because they're gonna make good on my order. Okay, so the next thing I wanna talk about is I ordered yarn from Maxim and it did come, like I said, this past Saturday as it was pouring rain. And I got the notification that it was delivered and I was sitting under my tent at this craft fair like it was a downpour. So I came home and I thought for sure my yarn is going to be ruined. But Maxim, another great customer service that they do for us when we order yarn is they put it all in plastic. So my yarn did not get ruined. I did open the box on Saturday just to make sure it was okay. Like when I got back from the craft fair and it was definitely okay. So let me go grab it. Hang on. All right, you guys. I placed this order on September 8th and it came last Saturday. It's fine. I wasn't in a hurry for it. I believe the shipping was like $4.99. Or it was free. I don't remember. Maxim does good and they actually put an invoice in here with prices, but it does not say how much shipping was. So every single thing came in plastic. Everything came in plastic. Even the single items that I ordered, they put them in plastic. Oh my gosh, Maxim, you guys rock. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I got. And it has prices on here, you guys. Okay, so the first thing was Bernat Baby Blanket clearance yarn called Planetary Purple Sparkle. So it is this, and it was $7.99 each. So this was their clearance price. Now, I'm going to tell you about Bernat blanket yarn. It's all the same. I do have a couple other balls here. They're all a 6 weight, 220 yards. It's 100% polyester. They recommend, I think, an 8 millimeter hook on these. I always use a 7 millimeter hook. It's 10.5 ounces, 300 grams, and 201 meters. Okay, so this is Bernat Baby Blanket Sparkle. And Planetary Purple Sparkle is the color on this one. And yes, I got two because purple. For anyone who's new here, purple would happen to be my favorite color. So, okay, the next one, oh, it does say shipping was $4.99. Okay, so we're good. So the next one is something called Baby Blanket Freesia Sparkle. You guys, it's like a magenta sparkle on the baby blanket. And these were also $7.99 each. Now, I know we are spoiled because we paid like $3-4 for a ball of blanket yarn when Joanne went on clearance, but that ship has sailed and we have to do what we have to do now. So this is totally a gorgeous color. And I'm just gonna leave them in the plastic bags. Okay. The other baby blanket or the blanket yarn that I bought, and this, you guys, I don't think I ever saw this, maybe once in a Joanne Fabrics. This is Bernat Baby Blanket Frosting, and the color on this one is called Pottery Wheel. Have you guys ever seen Pottery Wheel? So this one was also on clearance for $7.99. I don't think I've seen that one. This has blues and oranges and tans in it. So I thought that would be good for either chickens or loaf cats. So I only picked up one of those because I wasn't sure what I would use it for. So one of those. Okay, the next item it's on here is a 1 pound bag of unbanded sugar and cream cotton, and it says no color choice, and it was $9.99. So that's 1 pound, and this was my bag. And this does kind of look familiar, but I can't place it. but it says it is sugar and cream, no color choice. So I know for a fact it is going to be 100% cotton, which is all that really matters. It's white, it's got pink speckles or strips, orange and blue speckles. So one of those, and that was $9.99. Okay, so then, like I said, they put all the single balls that I had ordered in a plastic bag. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Mary Maxim, for doing that. I appreciate that. Okay, so I will tell you that I got Bernat Velvet yarn, and these were all on sale for $6.99 each. And I believe when they were at Joann's, they were up to $12.99, $12 or $9.99. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And I got a couple colors here that were on this sale price. So it's Yarnspirations Bernat Velvet, and it is a 5 bulky, 100% polyester, 10.5 ounces, 300 grams, 315 yards, 288 meters. They recommend a 6.5 millimeter knitting needle and crochet hook. It is called Smoky Blue on this one. And let me see, it is made in China. So there's one of those. And I like to really use the Juicy Couture yarn for my hair scrunchies, but I also really like this Bernat Velvet. So I got one of those. This one is called Indigo Velvet. So it's a darker blue. This one is just called Blackbird. So it's just solid black. And then this one is called Red. So I got 4 of those for $6.99 each. And then the last 2 items is Mary Maxim Glimmer. And these were on sale for $2.99 each. And I have an obsession with glitter yarn. So I have it in a bookcase, and I did not have these colors. So I figured I needed to fill my bookcase with these colors. So I'll tell you about this because I think they're still available. This is made in Turkey, 191 yards, 175 meters, 97% acrylic, 3% other, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. The color on this one is called, I have no idea because it doesn't have, oh, here we go, Sky Blue on this one. And it says machine wash on delicate in warm water, tumble dry on low heat, do not iron or press. They are recommending 5 millimeter knitting needles, and there is no recommendation for a crochet hook. It is a 4-weight yarn. How do you not put a recommendation for crochet hooks on all yarn? We crocheters, we need to, it's okay, we can figure it out. So this one is called Sky Blue, and this one is called Mint. And they are very, very pretty. So that is my Mary Maxim haul. I'm very excited. I have been seeing the catalogs for Hirschner's, and I gotten all the emails, and I really only want Bernat blanket yarn, very little else right now, and most of it's not on sale. So I have not made any more orders. Okay, so I think that is it for most of this yarn yakking video. I am gonna insert some clips of some finished items. And I think that I have time to insert a couple of items. So I have been making items for my summer craft fairs, and I've not had a chance to insert them into previous yarn yakking videos. So I am going to do that today. So I was making bees, and I've actually made bees 2 times, and I actually need to make more bees because currently I have 1 yellow bee in my inventory. And you'll see that there are some other colors that I've made in these upcoming clips. I have no more of the peach bees, and I have just blue bees and 1 yellow bee left. So before I keep going and telling you about that, I'm gonna insert the clips. I'm gonna insert the first one here. It's only a couple minutes long for me to show you the bees. And then I'll come back on here. No, I'll just put both the clips back to back. So there's 2 clips for bees. I'm gonna insert those right here. Hey guys, Rose from the past coming on here to show you an item that I have been making because I am low on inventory for my craft fairs. So I have a craft fair tomorrow. It doesn't really matter when I'm filming this because you guys aren't going to see this for a little while, but I had to make some bumblebees. So I wanted to show you today because I do need to go and pack up my car. So I'm going to tell you the tutorial that I used and the yarn, and then I'll show you the bees, although I think you can see one right there. So the tutorial that I used for my bees is here on YouTube from Katie Being Creative, and it's just called the Amigurumi bee. And I think she starts it a little differently than I do, but I use blanket yarn and a 7mm hook for these bees. So I'm going to show you, I did some yellow bees like I normally do, and this is Bernat Blanket Brights. Looks like that. And the color on this one is called School Bus Yellow. And then for the black stripe on the bee, I used also Bernat Blanket, and it was just in the color black. And you don't have to use as much black as you do the main color. So I put the rest of the black from that ball back in my stash. But this was a full ball, and I got 8 full bees out of 1 ball of the Bernat Blanket in the School Bus Yellow with this much left over. So I also have had this in my stash for a while, and I thought I would try this. I have been watching, well, I watch her all the time, but Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations, she makes different colored bees, and she said that someone told her in Australia they have blue bees. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it. I'm not a big fan of this yarn. This is Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles Light. I don't know if they carry this anymore. The color on this one, in case you have it in your stash, is called turquoise. And I only made 2 bees with this because I wasn't sure if they would sell in the blue color. So if they wind up selling, I do have almost an entire ball left. I can make some more blue bees. So I'm gonna show you the bees. I'll just show you the blue ones first. So there is the wings are a little lopsided on this one, but that's okay. He's a fun guy, right? He's been drinking a little. Here is the other one. And I used the same hook size and everything, and they did turn out way smaller than the ones with the Bernat Blanket yarn. So here are my 2 blue bees. And just for size comparison, I will show you the yellow ones. It looks definitely bigger from that way, and it's definitely bigger that way. Not by much, but like enough. So here are my little bees, and I was able to get, like I said, I only made 2 of the blue ones, and then I made 8, I got 8, oops, some of them are upside down, 8 of the yellow ones. And then here are the other ones here. So I just wanted to show you guys that I have been making some bumblebees, and I have 10 to add to my stash. I do have a 3-day craft fair at the end of August, and last year when I did that craft fair, all my bees sold out. So I might actually make some more bees after this week just to have an extra supply. So I highly recommend the pattern. I do modify the beginning of the pattern. I think she starts with like a 6 single crochets in a magic ring or something, and I don't do that. I do 8. So I did modify this pattern just a little bit, but it is from Katie Being Creative here on YouTube, and that will be linked down below in the description box. So let me know what you think of the bees. Yeah, so that's it. I will bring you back to the original Rose now. Take care. Bye. Hey guys, Rose from the past coming on here to show you guys some items that I've been making. I have an upcoming craft fair that's a 3-day craft fair, and I figured I'd get these videos made so I could pack up my bags and be ready for the craft fair. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday craft fair. So the item I'm going to show you I have usually kept in my inventory, but not in these particular colors except for one. So I'll explain that in a second. So the pattern that this is for a bee, by the way. So the pattern that I use is, it's a tutorial here on YouTube from Katie Being Creative, and it's just called the Amigurumi bee. I will link it down below in the description box. And I have been making these just in your typical normal yellow bee like colors. So I will tell you, I use blanket yarn and a 7mm hook. And I was watching Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations, and she was talking about, she had different color bees. She makes rainbow bees, all different color bees, and that she was making blue bees, and they were selling really well because someone told her there are blue bees in Australia. So I was like, So I'm pretty sure I showed you guys before, maybe not, maybe I haven't put that video up, but I made 2 blue bees before, brought them to a craft fair, and they were the first of my bees to sell. So let me talk about the yarn that I use. Bernat blanket yarn. For the black part on the bee, it is just called coal, which is black. And then for the white part of the wings, I did not use a full ball. I had like half a ball left from making bees in the past. Bernat blanket, and just the color is called white. And then the blue yarn that I used was Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles Light. I'm not sure if you can get it anymore. This color is called turquoise, which is the blue color that I used. And then I found another ball of the same thing, Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles Light, in the color coral. And I figured I would try and make some coral ones too. So I actually use this color to make a Damn It doll, which I'm not going to show you here on this video today. But I got 4 bees out of, it was a complete ball. I got a Damn It doll and then 4 bees out of this color. So I'm just going to show you the bees. I'll show you that coral color first. So like I said, I got 4 of them. You guys, these are really easy. They're no sew. The only thing you have to sew on are the wings at the top, and super duper easy. So there, I'll show you their booties. Nothing exciting there. I did not put stingers on. And there's the side, and I just love their smiles. Look at that, you guys. Now I don't know, I'm sure in nature there are different colors other than yellow and blue bees, but I just wanted to use this yarn, and it's nice and soft, and maybe someone will prefer a peachy colored bee. I don't know. But I figured I would make them. Why not? If Lisa can make rainbow bees, I can make a coral bee, right? So there are, the wings are sewn on kind of wonky on this one, but that's okay. Someone will like him. So there's the 4 coral bees right there. You can see them on the table. And then I'll start showing you the blue bees. So here are the blue bees. And like I said, I had only made 2 in the past, and they were the first ones to sell. And I was sad that I only had 2 because I probably could have sold more if I had more. So out of that ball of the blue Sweet Snuggles Light, or the turquoise or whatever it was, there's that one. I was able to get 7 here, and then I had 2 in the past that I made. So I was able to get 9 bees out of one of those balls of yarn. So not bad. I don't know where I got that loops. I mean, obviously it came from Michael's, but I don't think they sell that anymore. And if they do, I don't know. I really do prefer Bernat blanket yarn. So these guys are all going to get packed up and go into my bags for my upcoming craft fair. But I wanted to just show you guys. And I really do enjoy this pattern. I have made this many, many times now, and I probably will continue to use this pattern from Katie Being Creative. So let me know what you guys think of the bees, and I am going to return you to the current rows now. Take care. Bye. Okay, guys, so tell me what you think of the bees. I am going to have to make more. I really do like using that school bus yellow color from the Bernat blanket, but I think I'm going to try a little bit of a lighter color the next time I make bees, and I have to make some yellow bees before my next craft fair. So that is next on the agenda, but you won't see those probably for a while because I don't film those right away. Okay, anywho, so let me know what you think of the bees. The blue bees are because of Lisa at Happy to Hook Creations, so I will link her down below. I was watching her channel, she was making them, and I said, Lisa, blue bees, really? And she said, One of her YouTube friends from Australia told her that they have blue bees in Australia. And I looked it up and it's true. So I have blue bees now. She makes other color bees too, but I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with like the yellow bees. Okay, so the next clip that I want to show you are some bucket hats that I've been making. And it is about a 10-minute video, so I hope you guys will stick around and watch that. And I will come back after that clip. So here is the clip on the bucket hats. Hey guys, Rose from the past coming on here today to show you some bucket hats that I have been making to replenish my inventory. I am getting ready to pack up my car for a craft fair, so I figured I'd come on here and show you the hats before I have to tag them and bag them, as they say. These will all be up for sale in my Etsy shop, so they probably have already been up for sale in the Etsy shop when you're seeing this. So I wanted to tell you the tutorial that I use. It is here on YouTube from, the channel is called Stitchin' with Liz. And the title of the tutorial is called the Easy Crochet Granny Circle Bucket Hat. So I do everything the same way she does in the tutorial, except I believe I eliminate one round. And so if you watch the video, and you know, everyone's tension is different, so you'll have to just check it out and see how yours goes. But I use 4-weight cotton yarn. I'll show you guys all the colors and the names of the colors. And I use a 5.5mm crochet hook. So you'll just have to check your tension and figure out what hook is right for you. So I'm just going to show you all of the hats that I made. I did recently, well, I don't know when you're going to see this, but I was recently at Hobby Lobby with Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations. I'll link her down below. And we were stocking up on all the different colors of the Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. So I'm going to show you the ball band. It's the Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. It originally retails for $3.99. It's 100% cotton. The solids have more yarn in them than the variegated or the striped, but all you need is one of these for a bucket hat. So, and I'll show you how much yarn is left over from each one. So the solids have 180 yards and the striped or variegated have 153 yards. So I can get a full bucket hat using that pattern minus one row with one ball, even if it is the striped or the variegated. So the color on this one is called khaki, and I made a whole hat and I have this much left over. So I'll show you the hat. And you know what? I have a big bun on my head right now, so I'm not going to try it on. But these, all of the bucket hats that I make are of this nature, and they're all listed for sale in my Etsy shop. So I just wanted to get a variety of colors for my upcoming craft fairs. And I know this is not a very exciting color. At least for me, this is not exciting. It's got to be something bright and colorful. But there could be quite a few people who come to my booth and might want something a little bit more neutral. So you will see some neutral colors today in the bucket hats that I'm going to show you. So this is the first one. And again, this is called khaki. The next one is called Harvest Hues. And this is, and I love this cotton print. So this one has less yardage, but like I said, you can still get an entire bucket hat. At least I can get an entire bucket hat out of one ball of this yarn. The next one is called Walk in the Park. And again, after 153 yards, this is what I have left. So this one is, I don't know, it's kind of like a wannabe red, white, and blue, but it's red, light blue, and dark blue. I don't know, it's very interesting. So I'm totally digging this. And my selling point for these is you can pack them up and like fold them up and put them in your pocket. And because it's 100% cotton, you can just throw it in the washing machine. So I think these are really, really a great item. The next one that I did is also, I love this cotton in print, and the color is called Sunlit Seafoam. So that's how much I had left over. And this one is really pretty too, except it had just like these little tiny patches of brown. So like if you look on this side, there's like hardly any brown. It just came up in like weird spots, but still super duper pretty. Like more, it's like a pastel-y, harvesty color. The next one is called, and this one is a solid, it's called Deep Teal. So I had that much left over. And it is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love this one. So pretty. So there is that one. And then we're going back to the neutrals here. Again, I'm not thrilled with the color, but I'm not wearing it. So this one is a solid also. It's called Pewter. And it's just this really pretty dark gray. So there is that one. And then this one is gonna be my favorite one. This is a solid color again, and it's just called Purple. And gosh, I love that. I should have gotten another ball of that. So most of these came from my shopping trip with Lisa from Happy to Hook Creations, and some of these I did have in my stash. So the next one here is not a Hobby Lobby. It is Cotton Sprout Worsted Multis. I don't know if this is still available anymore. The color is called Luau, and it had 153 yards also in it. So it was just like the Hobby Lobby I Love This Cotton. And this one turned out like this. So very pretty. I like the way this one turned out. I like it a lot. Okay, the next one is also a Hobby Lobby, and it is called Royalty. And it's more of like a dark periwinkle color. So I'll show you guys that one. I like this one too. I love the colors. And this is super duper soft, you guys. It's definitely like, I wouldn't make these with like kitchen cotton, but I would definitely obviously make them with this. This next one is an I Love This Cotton print, and it's called Emerald Pine. And this one is green and like a gold color and that brown color again and tan. And again, neutral, but you gotta please everybody, right? While we're on the topic of neutral, this is an I Love This Cotton print, and it's called Spunky. And it might be hard to see, but it is tan. And then it has like orange and green and like light blue flecks in it. I wonder if you guys can even see that. But it's really nice. It's very neutral, but it actually has a little bit of texture from those little specks in there. The next one, yeah, you guys, I went nuts with this, is an I Love This Cotton print. And the color on this one is called Cinnamon Cedar. So there is that one. And I think that's more of a fall color, but there could be people that like the fall colors all year round. So I figured I would go for it. So I think I might have made a bucket hat in almost every color that they have of the I Love This Cotton from Hobby Lobby. But it's okay. It's fine. If people like the colors and they buy them, it's fine. This one is just called Black, and it is just black. And I have a feeling that one will sell. The next one is I Love This Cotton Spark, and it's just called White. And this one, even though it is a solid color, it's 97% cotton, 3% metallic polyester, and 153 yards. So the sparkle ones had the same yardage as the variegated ones. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see the sparkle, but it sparkles. It's very sparkly. And then the last one in this pile is called Hot Rose. That's also I Love This Cotton, and this is a really, really pretty pink. Okay, and then I've got one more little pile here, you guys. This next one is an I Love This Cotton print, and it is called City Beat. And I think this one's really pretty too. It's got like yellows and peach and aqua and gray. I think they like putting this gray color in a lot of these, but it really helps. I don't know, I like it. One for the neutral people, I Love This Cotton, and the color is called Taupe. And it is different than the first one that I showed you, which is called Khaki. So this one is lighter and neutral, so hopefully someone will be interested in that. Then we have I Love This Cotton print, and the color is called Brights. And there is that one, very adorable. I love how pretty that one is. That's more my style, I'm just saying. The next one is, I love this cotton called Amethyst. And I have quite a few, quite a bit of this left. So I could always combine like this one with this one and make it like striped or something. So I can do that once I'm done, you know, making these bucket. Well, I am done, but once I'm done and I'm ready to make some more, I can go ahead and combine some of these extras, these leftovers. The next one is, I love this cotton solid, and the color is just called red. That's what I have left on that one. And it's just red. And then finally, the very last one is another one of these cotton sprouts. So it's a Premier cotton sprout worsted. This one is solid, so it has 180 yards. And the color on this one is just called blue. And there we go, it is just blue. So I am gonna go tag these and take photos and list them in my Etsy shop, and then I am going to load up my car. So let me know if you have a pattern that you like to use for your bucket hats. I don't make these in acrylic yarn for the summer. I only use this cotton yarn. I just feel like it's easier to care for and it won't be as hot. Because acrylic kind of holds the heat in. So those are my bucket hats. Let me know what you guys think. All right, take care, and I'll return you back to the original Rose now. Bye. Okay guys, so those are for sale in my Etsy shop. I have quite a few, and actually someone did just purchase a bucket hat from my Etsy shop. So thank you to anyone who has ever shopped in my Etsy shop and made a purchase. I really, really do appreciate it. Now, I'm gonna just end this video by saying you might want to know what my shirt says. And here is my shirt. It says, "Let's eat kids, let's eat kids." Punctuation saves lives. So I'm a huge fan of correct punctuation and editing, and I feel like I should walk around all the time with a red pen. At least it's in my brain, the red pen. So let me know what you think of the bees and the bucket hats, and if you have found any really, really good deals on yarn, because I have not found, other than this Mary Maxim haul, there's nothing really out there that I have found to be a good deal. So I would love to know. So I am going to get this uploaded, and then I am going to film the donations for the generous crafters, and you will see that sometime this coming weekend. So please leave a comment down below about what you saw, like the hats or the bees. If you've had any experiences with promotional item companies that you would recommend that I use, although I do highly recommend the Vistaprint. I think they're gonna make good on their promise. So I think that's it. Like I said, I have no other shopping, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna show you next week on the Yarn Yakking other than finished items, but that's all I have. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.